Hey guys, I came back for a second. To give you a little look-see at Geraldine. Is that not stunning? I think my very favorite warbird is a corsair. Sure as hams love to brag, so does Blowzo. Now I'm going to show you something. Oh, hey man, I'm going to do my next video. I'm going to do one on CQR log. I had this open on my other desktop. I'll show you something. I show you. I show you. When I close CQR log, I have it write the ADIF file. I'll say yes. Export the ADIF. And it's exported it, and I set CQR log to export it to 2 locations on 2 separate partitions in case one of them should be corrupted by me, by screwing around. I export one to the export partition, the other I export in documents, ham stuff, ADIF, okay? So, anyway, sure as hams love to brag, so do I. But in this case, I love to brag about junk. Junk. Now, in using a little bit of humility, I called this folder 1- for bragging at the landfill. And of course, I'm talking about my YouTube channel, which I liken to a landfill. Mostly garbage, but a few treasures buried in the heap. Sadly, that's a very appropriate analogy of my channel. It is, man. It's like, come on, man. Let's be honest. It is. Okay, so a couple nights ago, I turned on the rig. I switched the rig to 80 meters, and man, it was quiet. I had an S1 noise level, and wow, that's not, wow. So I fired up my laptop here, and I loaded my dxmaps.com page, and I set it for 80 meters, zoomed out like this just to see what kind of international communications might be going on, right? So, yeah, it looked encouraging, and so look at this. I called CQ 4 times. Look at this. Can you believe that? Using my 80 meter, jokingly called a wonder wire. I call it that because it's a wonder it works so well. I mean, I've shown it before. I mean, dang, man. And I hope I'm doing this to encourage others to try to get on some of the lower bands. You don't need a big, fancy, published antenna. I do use my multi-tap UNUNs. But the wire itself is 14 gauge stranded THHN. It cost me about $15 at Menards. The far end that goes over the branch isn't even I didn't use an insulator. I threw the wire over the branch and let the remainder hang. But look at this. Called CQ 4 times using CW at 100 watts. And dang, man. And whoa. Not only did I get coast-to-coast coverage, but where else did it take off to? And this shot just shows that this is set to 80 meters, okay? At the end, you'll see my signal strength levels. And so there we go. To the south, PJ2A. To my east, a Delta Lima and a Hotel Bravo 9. You know, that's not bad. Using a $15 antenna. No, it's not QRP. It's 100 watts. But it's also, it's not QRP, but it's also not a kilowatt, right? Next shot, just a close-up of that. Next shot, my signal levels. I'm just going to flip through these. So if you want to, pause if you need to. Okay, I had 2 pages of them. I don't know where page 1 leaves off and page 2 begins, but there's overlap. So that shows the OL7M, which the map didn't even show, and this shows the F6, which the map didn't show. You know what I mean? DX maps robbed me, and I say that laughingly because, yeah. And there's the rest of the signal reports. Some of them relatively good, 32 dB, 33 dB, 28 dB. So those were my signal reports on 80 meters. And out of curiosity, since the bands were so quiet and propagation grand, I reached over with my left hand, I unclipped the alligator clip and moved from the 81 to 1 tap, and I moved it to the BNC connector center conductor, putting the wire into quarter wave mode on 160. I wondered if I'd get the same coverage within the US. Look at this. The answer is no. I got excellent coverage from the East Coast to the West. You know what I mean? Can't complain about that, man. With a compromise, with my upside down and backwards Nike swoosh, $15 wire, and counterpoises laying on the ground under the snow. I was reminded recently that that snow is water, and that I better be happy it's here. And so the answer is no, I don't get the same coverage. Look at all east-west. And I do have counterpoise running, an equal counterpoise running to the north. And I do have about a 50 or 60 foot north-south southerly component. But look to the south, nothing. Let's switch back to the 80 meter plot. Look at the south. There are skimmers down there. I see 5 of them, 6 of them that you might expect would pick you up and report you if they could receive you, but apparently not the case on 160. I find that interesting. I find it very interesting, the difference in behavior between top band and 80 meters. And these are the signal levels when using that wire on 160 meters. Generally miserable, but not completely miserable. I'm making my case for the wire on top band. We've got some reasonable signal levels, 17 dB, 19, 23, another 19, a 20, a 22. Not bad, man. Not bad. And that takes us back to the beginning and the end of Blowzo the Humble Ham's miserable and shameless brag show. That was my brag show. But again, I'm bragging about garbage. I'm bragging about a $15 chunk of wire, and my multi-tap UNUN, which would cost you another $10 to build. And in the process of building it, you'll have lots of fun. I promise you. I promise you. Take care. 73.